Hey everybody, welcome to Uncontained Life Travel Stories. I'm Justin.
And I'm Hillary.
Today we're talking about our time in Jakarta, Indonesia.
And our first experience with this wonderful dessert called Martabak Manis.
Say it again.
Martabak Manis.
Man, that is music to my ears.
Dead sexy.
It is this cake that is made right there in a pan. We're going to tell you all about it, but we should first tell you how we came to find Martabak Manis.
Right. So we landed in Jakarta. We decided to stay in this neighborhood outside the city proper, which, let us get a little bit more of a local experience, which we always enjoy.
I think we were like the only locals there.
Yeah, pretty much. But the interesting thing to us is the streets are pretty much deserted by day, but at night.
Oh, at night, it's like magic. These shops come out with, these little vendors come out with all their food that they're making, everything from grilled to sweet to cold drinks. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, some of it's takeaway, some of it, they actually have little tables and chairs. You can sit right there on the street and eat. Anyway, we had gone out in search of satay, which is of course a classic Indonesian street food, and we found it.
Yeah, there were these two guys. One of them would make the satay, but he would go to his friend, and his friend, they would laugh very loudly after talking for quite some time, and then they would offer us satay for a very ridiculously high price.
And then we would laugh loudly and say, half that, which is still overpaying, we realized, but it didn't matter, it was still cheap, and it was delicious.
Oh man, it was really good. They actually included with the satay and the sauce, this taro root, what is taro root?
It's essentially the way that they prepare it. It's like if a potato got together with rice.
Yep.
And mashed together. It doesn't sound good, but we promise you when you've got the satay and the sauce all over it, it's
really
good. It's good.
So we finished that. We said goodbye to our new jovial friends, and we went around the corner and we saw this booth that was lit up.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of people kind of out front waiting clearly to get whatever they were selling, and so we wandered over what is happening here? And we realized that this was this guy literally making pancakes. And we're not talking about the kind that you get at Denny's.
Yeah, it's not like, flip it and put some maple syrup on it. This was an actual pan.
Yeah, he had a burner, and then he had a big cake pan, round, about 1.5 inches high.
Right.
And he would pour the batter in there, and then you just wait and the batter slowly rise.
And he would add just dollops of butter and
condensed milk.
Sweetened condensed milk.
Yeah. And then of course whatever topping the customer wanted. There's all sorts of stuff, but we I think chose
chocolate, banana, and nut, which is a good choice. But you can get fruit and marshmallows, and they have those multicolored sprinkles, which is funny, but you can get it.
Yeah. And so we, after waiting our turn, he will order a thing. We watched him, and the cake rises in the pan. And he adds some of the toppings, but then at a certain point, when it's reached perfect cooking, what have you, he takes it out of the pan, puts it on his table, finishes with the toppings, cuts it in half, and then flips it over. So now you don't have a single layer cake with a bunch of toppings, you have a double layer cake.
Oh man.
Which then he pours
more
sugar
toppings and butter and toppings. And then he cuts it up into bite-sized pieces. He puts it in this box and says, here, you can take it home.
Which we did.
And it was
so good.
Delicious. It was so hot, and the chocolate and the nuts and the butter and the banana.
It was a heart attack with every bite, but you just didn't care.
Probably not good in the waistline, but great on the palate. So.
And we didn't finish it. So the next morning.
Oh, the next morning, yeah, that's right. We put it in the fridge and pulled out, so we had it cold, and it was with coffee. Oh, it was just a delicious, unhealthy breakfast.
Yeah. And it was a different sort of experience, cold, but still totally good.
Yeah, different flavor profile. So what can we take away from this?
The moral of the story, friends,
is
eat Martabak Manis when you go to Indonesia. The word manis, that's the one to look for, because there's savory martabak, which is full of, meat or whatever.
And that's really good too. We had that as well.
But the manis, the sweet, the dessert version,
that's
really
we'll have that.
So good.
All right, so if you want more information, you can go to uncontainedlife.com. We have all sorts of things about our time in Indonesia.
We got stories, we got photos, we got travel tips. I think if we don't have it up already, we will. We have some photos or videos of the Martabak Manis itself.
Yeah.
So
until next time, let's have some cake.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.